And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Reyes. We're waking up this Thursday morning for all points north of the Meridian area. An extremely wet morning, especially if you're in the Kosciuszko area. What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe the word horrendous is maybe a better word for it, of the rain amount that's coming down. If you live in the Louisville area, anywhere there around Noxapater, be ready. It's going to be a rough drive to work, and it's going to be extremely wet. We'll get into all of the forecast details here in a minute. So keep that in mind. Philadelphia's pretty wet right now, but not near the intensity just north of you there, about 25 miles. So few miles do make a difference. It's rough in that area. This morning, make sure to join us at 8:30 as Scotty Ray and Candace. That's weird talking about yourself that way, but Candace will join me, and we'll go live and have a morning show for you. Lots to talk about. There's been a lot of arrests from Meridian. Neshoba County has made a lot of arrests here in the last little bit. And taking a bunch of criminals off the street. A lot of marijuana raids have happened. Same in Meridian as well as in Neshoba County. Netted some criminals. We'll get into all of those this morning. So I hope you'll join me for that. Again, that's beginning at 8 a.m. this morning. So come back for that. Let's move to radar and start talking about who's getting wet and who's not at this point. Let's see here. I was going to see here. Let's just go ahead and jump into this so you can take a look. Let me hit the radar on this morning. Let's, as we look at Lauderdale County, only a light shower is out here by Rainbow Lakes at the current time, and around Tomb Suba. As we look over to Cuba there, from right around Lake Louise all the way up through York, some showers. We go into Kemper County, and we get into some light shower activities right there. Some heavy wind there still occurring as you get to 2 Mile Bottom, and you go almost all the way towards Scuba. This will be right around Electric Mills, where the rain kind of fades off. When you get into northern Kemper County this morning, anywhere from Wahalak back west, all the way to the county line over into Neshoba County, extremely wet. And this is taking in all the points of Cypress Mills, Linville, Preston area. And the further you get close to that, the corner there, the counties, the heavier the activity is there, stretching north here in Neshoba County as you go up the edge there from the Dollar General there at 16 up to the county line there. Now, let's back out and move over here, as I mentioned this morning, Louisville. Right here this morning is a flood warning that we've got issued until 8:30 this morning, and this is going to include Choctaw County, Noxubee, Winston, and southern Oktibbeha County in the northern part here. And this affects areas that you probably know. It's just going to be just north of Noxapater, taking in all Louisville, and as you go across, right at Sugarlock, taking in this up to the county line. This does include Macon and all points north in there, Highway 14 out here at Prairie Point that are in this flash flood watch. As we come across here, look at this. Now, it's a flash flood watch there also in Kosciuszko area, and this is going to move right through Winston County here in the next little bit. So y'all be ready. There's a severe thunderstorm warning right now issued for Leake and Atala County until 7:30. And if you're looking at radar, you understand extremely why. Just a couple of minutes ago, the National Weather Service located a thunderstorm located near Kosciuszko, moving to the southeast at 20 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour gusts with this. It was radar indicated. With this, you can see damage to trees, siding. Limbs can fall easily. This is going to be near Smyrna around 6:40, Singleton 6:50, Renfro around 7 o'clock, and Edinburgh, you'll get this storm around 7:30. And if you look at the intensity, I've been watching this for the last, I guess hour and a half, and this really has not let up any on the gas. And if you're seeing right here where Kosciuszko is, if you'll look right back here to where this purple is, this is what's coming across. Heavy, heavy rain there. As you look closer into this, Ethel, McCool, if you're watching from these areas this morning, I know that a lot of you still have to be at work on time, but if you're anywhere here, Neshoba County northward into Winston and over here in Atala County, leave for work earlier, because you cannot make time during this. This is one of those that you need to drive slower, pay close attention to what's going on at you at all times. It's like you take right here at Silas. Look at the showers that's coming down with that. That is strong. And although the thunderstorm warning is just south of Kosciuszko there, and it's just north, taken in right there at Edinburgh. This is included in this. So if you live there in Edinburgh, Highway 16, we all know that's a 2-lane road, pretty rough to drive down. But this is our area of concern right here that we're watching this morning here. And this does go over to Utah, Alabama, and those areas. Let me turn this off and we'll look at the entire state to give you a better picture of just what's going on across the state. And this is the northern part there as you get toward the Mississippi Delta. Look at that. Heavy activity this morning. So we want everybody to get to where they've got to go safe. Just drive a little bit slower. All right, let's turn our thoughts. We'll go into that. And let me say some good mornings here. A few folks stirring today. Miss Gail Gafford, along with Miss Joyce Godwin. How are you today? Another rainy day in Philadelphia, Terry Ray says, and it is. James Sullivan watching this morning, along with Linda Culpepper. Bree Packer is up joining us, along with Beth Vick. Let's see here. Good morning to Sylvia Stewart and Charlene Gaddy joining us. Miss Donna Sue Pebbles. Good Thursday morning from near Battlefield. That's up 19 there. Highway 25 in Louisville to Starkville raining extremely hard. Robin Marsh said. So, yeah, if you're there on Highway 25, that's a rough one to drive down. Also, we welcome Harv Cleveland this morning. And that area there, as we get into this Highway 25, right there is 25, all of that area. It's not going to slack up any. And as this comes across here now from Kosciuszko, that's just going to get worse all the way into Starkville this morning if you've got to go anywhere in this areas. Now, once you get up here to Kemper and you get right past that intersection here at Scuba and go northward toward Sugarlock, those areas, it's Wahalak. It's going to be heavy rain all the way northward into North Mississippi. So if you've got to go to Columbus, any of these points today, be careful. That's sort of a take at radar this morning as we begin this. All right, let's turn our thoughts now and go into what the National Weather Service has for us and what to expect with everything.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
All right, let's start out with our record highs, record lows as we do each day. Let you know kind of how it was and when it was as we go back on this. 1977, who remembers that? That was that year of that big ice storm. I was a kid. I remember that well, but we did have an ice storm that winter. Today, the record high was 100 in 1977. 3 years later, 1980 would roll in and a record low would be set on this date, a low of 53. We're already at 70 this morning, so no records to be broken either way today at this point. As we move forward on this is what is expected today, showers. And if you'll see here is what the National Weather Service tells us. As you get right there at that Kemper County line, this is going to be Daleville. Right there, as you get toward that Sam Dale Monument, the rain is going to intensify, taking in all of Philadelphia, thunderstorms, and northward. And we're seeing this already this morning up through these areas here. As we move forward and we go across that Alabama line, that line cuts across right there at the Kemper County line into Alabama, taking in Tuscaloosa all the way to Birmingham up to Gadsden. So we've got heavy rain that's going to come right across there, right there at that Kemper County, Noxubee County line, eastward into Alabama. I expect highs to be around 85, 86 as you get into Butler, Demopolis, these areas this morning, but expect to see some rain at some point during the day. As we move forward and look at the threat of severe weather, and they're putting this as in through this afternoon, that Mississippi Delta area over here. But if you live, say right here, you'd think that doesn't mean very much right now, wouldn't you? I'm with you on that. That's what the National Weather Service has given us. As we look at the possibility of flash flooding today, now these areas here, this is also going to include Kemper County. This up here in this northwest section, Preston, Linville area there, across where Siples Mills is, all the way up, right up to that Wahalak line across there and into Noxubee County, and Macon, right there about where the Kentucky Fried Chicken is going to be the line to the level 1 to where it changes to a level 2 toward Columbus. Now, that Mississippi Delta area, that flash flooding is going to be a 3. But right here, as it comes across, right there at the line at Kosciuszko is the switch in between a 1 and a 2. And what's the difference? More rain. You've got one that'll be 1 to 2 inches here with this yellow, and then you could go 3 to 4 here. And then it just gets heavier and heavier as you go up toward that Delta area there. As we move forward and look at this, there was a small disturbance that was popping up when it comes to from the National Hurricane Center that has kind of dissipated and probably will bring a lot of rain to Texas and Louisiana sometime next week. Now, it's not to say that this can't pop back up. I was watching in that last night, but that has kind of faded away at this point. So we'll keep a close eye on what's going on with the National Hurricane Center should something pop up here toward the Gulf of Mexico that could affect us anywhere from Texas on towards us. We'll watch that closely. As we look at our temperatures, temps over the next 10 days, this is not bad for Mississippi and Alabama. Right here in Louisiana included in that as well. If temperatures will be just a tad bit cooler than normal. As you look out west, look at that warm area that's there. Trust me, it'll make its way here in the deep south. It always does, doesn't it? It does. As we now turn our thoughts to what's going to be happening over the next 7 days at our forecast, as we dig deeper into today, as you'll see here, forecasted for today, we have a 60% chance of showers. We'll get some thunderstorms before 11 o'clock this morning, and then after 2 o'clock, those afternoon thunderstorms once again will roll back into our forecast, and it's going to be windy, gusty, 20-mile-an-hour gusts throughout today, blowing with a high of reaching about 86 today. As we get into tonight, still a 50% chance of showers, and mainly this will happen before 11 o'clock tonight. The worst will end by 11 o'clock. Now, we'll have some scattered showers from 11 until, say, 5 a.m., that little thin stuff, nothing too bad. As we roll into Friday, we'll get a 50% chance of showers, and then partly sunny. We'll start to see some peekabooing of sunshine, and by Friday night, we're down to a 20% chance of showers. That's even better. We'll see some areas there that doesn't have any rain there, which is good. As we roll into Saturday, a 40% chance of showers possible after 10 a.m. So we'll get a little bit of a break there Friday night with no rain. And then after 10 a.m., that 40% chance, isolated showers that could pop up from time to time. As we go into Sunday morning, as Johnny used to sing, Sunday morning coming down, we've got about a 40% chance of that rain happening there on Sunday. And still, although these are not big chances, we do have rain chances every day for the next 7 days. Now, most likely when we get into this area here, it'll be barely any rain there. So just throwing that out there as we look at that. Let's go ahead now and jump into through June 24th as we see those temperatures still hovering there at the mid-80s. By the 24th, the temperatures will start to rise back up, and we'll be right at that 89, 90-degree mark. Something to consider there. So as we look at weather today, it's a wet one right now as we begin this. And, if you're in this area there north of us, Kosciuszko, these areas, I've brought this up several times. I want you to visit our friends at the Precast Group. If you don't have a storm shelter when bad weather breaks out to where you can go to, talk to them. They build these right here in the Meridian area, put them together. The Precast Group, they build them. They're heavy, they're strong, they'll withstand, they're bolted down, they're secure. This little unit weighs a little over 20,000 pounds. It'll be there for you. They'll install it for you. If you're building a home, you make it part of your closet, however you want to do that. If you've already got a home, this can be set outside. They make the models as well. You've heard me talk about it that go in the ground, inside the hills. However you want to do it, the Precast Group can make it safe for you when it comes to having a shelter. And it's worth its weight in gold when a storm breaks out. Talk to anybody that owns one. If you've ever seen homes that have been hit by tornadoes, that's all that's left. So when you have a chance, get some peace of mind. 482-333 is the number to call. The Precast Group. They can help you out when it comes to all of that. Let's see here. Good morning also to Alicia Fisher. Thank you for watching. 4 Overstreet joins us along with Pat Banks and Miss Donna Scarborough. How are you today? Glad you joined us with this morning's briefing. We'll call it that with weather. How about that? Now, again, we're going to be back at 8:30. Candace will join me. We've got a lot of news stories that we're working on, from local stuff to national headlines of what's going on around the country, things that affect you. Join us here at Facebook or on YouTube, either way. And it's always good because, like last night, I don't know if y'all saw it, a lot of folks encountered issues with Facebook. It didn't work for about an hour. Your pictures wouldn't load. So another way to get us is to also follow us on YouTube. Same way to look it up. Scotty Ray's Weather, and it gives you a backup when the weather turns bad, another source to go to, a double thing. If you don't have a YouTube account, look into that. And then we'll also be live on television this morning on MeTV. I hope you'll join us there this morning. All begins at 8. Let's start our day out good. Again, let's take one last look before we break and start getting ready for later of this radar that is going on as it updates and shows us that we still have serious rain north of here. As we'll look at this. Now, let me just double check while we're talking here and see if we've got any hail mixed in with this. And hail we do not. at the present time. There's nothing going on with hail this morning. Let's look at the damaging wind factor there, and you'll see that. Let's turn off radar where everybody can see better with the rain and wind, how it separates there. All of this right here, if you go here up Highway 25, Louisville getting a little bit, but just to the west of Louisville, if you follow out here and you're going toward Kosciuszko, right there, this is 25 as you come across. Look at that wind, and this is going to be right around the Ford community. Anybody live in the Ford community that's watching? Ingram Road right there. That is some heavy wind that is coming down this morning, and dangerous stuff that's coming across with these storms. Shiloh Road coming right into this, and north of there, and again, that's Ford Road. This is going to be Sisson-Dempsey Road, if you're familiar with this there in Winston County. As we cut across, look at this wind that still picks up all the way back to Kosciuszko. All of this dark green area is what we're watching. Now, these brown spots are the more what you would call more intense areas of wind this morning. As we go right here due north of Carthage, and we follow this, and let's just look at this road here. This is going to be Natchez. This is the Natchez Trace Parkway here. This is Conway, the community of Conway, and as you go north through here and you reach Roberts Road, here's Clayton Road, Davis Lane, right in that area there in Leake County is some gusty winds occurring there with all these storms. Let's turn that off and go back over and look at radar. And I promise not to keep you all morning. I know that you've got things to do this morning. So, all right, let's back that out there and take a look there. That's our radar right now as it stands. Heavy rain, all about that. And we just got, what is this storm report that we just got there? A tree was reported uproot, and this is coming from the emergency manager there at Kosciuszko. A tree was reported uprooted and fell onto a house along the golf course road. Numerous trees were blown down on Highway 19 North and Highway 12 West. Again, that's in Atala County there in Kosciuszko. So as we're showing those winds, that's what's going on there. The intensity of this rain and wind that's coming across is strong. Pay attention, as I mentioned earlier. Leave early if you've got to go to work and you've got to drive in this. You do not need to be in a hurry anywhere you're going if you live in these areas from Noxapater back west, Durant, Silas, Goodman, even in the Philadelphia areas. You look at this, that is heavy rain. This is that rain that you're seeing here on radar to where if you're in your home, you can't hear the TV. Y'all know what I'm talking about, or you're driving and you literally can't see the hood emblem on your car because it's so intense. That's what's going on. And especially right here, and as we zoom in on this, here's Kosciuszko, and we go southwest of Kosciuszko, and you'll look at this, the community there of, and I want to say, pronounce this right, Zumali. Y'all familiar with that right in there? This is southwest there of Kosciuszko as you go into these areas. Heavy showers. Be careful. That's the Natchez Trace Parkway, and it's just due west of there. And we want everybody to be safe that's in these areas here. So that's a quick look at weather. And again, we'll be back beginning at 8 a.m. to update you with everything that happens with weather and news that affects us locally. Again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. We couldn't do it without you. Y'all are a part of this and make this happen every day, along with the great sponsors that back us to bring this to you every day. I'll see you soon, beginning at 8, right here at Scotty Ray's Weather. Again, thank you for being with me this morning.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by